And then we have Sacred Ground. What is it? Is it the action based?
I'm not. I haven't seen it a lot, so.
Yeah, we'll double check that then. So for the time being, that is it. We can go back to the table. I totally go back to the table. Interesting. Why is it freaking out every single time I switch? The camera will probably return shortly, I hope. I just love when technology spazzes out like this. Be right back, I will do the tech priest work. Well, it works. I have no idea why. I love technology. So the game has begun. The Sisters starts.
So Leap of Fate is at the end of each turn. If 2 acts of fate were performed during the turn, the Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army score 1 victory point if it's in your turn, 2 victory points if it were in your opponent's turn, and 3 or more acts of fate are performed by the Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army that turn. You score an additional victory point. Sacred Ground. An action, choose 1 infantry or cult imperialist priest unit from your army to start perform this action at the end of your movement phase. If it's within range of an objective marker, the unit cannot start this action while there are in any enemy, excluding aircrafts, within range of the same objective. The action completed at the start of your next command phase, or at the end of the battle, whichever comes first, provided that the unit is still completely within range of the same objective. If it's completed, the objective marker is said to have been consecrated by your army and until the end of the battle.
Okay.
And Defender Shrines is at the end of your turn, score 3 victory points if you control the Sacred Shrine objective marker. At the end of the battle, you score an additional 3 victory points if you control the Sacred Shrine objective marker.
Okay, so he basically wants to stand on those buttons and keep on standing there.
Yep.
So the game has begun. Von Benchenmauer, help him just take a soft air gun and sneakily shoot down the competitor's pieces. Well, if you would see in our little streaming booth, you would realize we can't really see the table from where we are sitting. So, Penguin, nice black screen, Kim. Yeah, it's really nice, and I have no idea why we're having it. We shouldn't be having a black screen. It worked perfectly fine yesterday when I left. But it's just the wonders of technology. But the game has started, as mentioned. The Sister of Battle got the first turn. The Deathwatch are hiding in the ruins like he should. On one side he has just the Eliminators. I think it's on the top left-hand side. And the top right-hand side is hidden pretty much everything else. Scissor battle, really hard to see exactly what is what, because they're just a blob, especially when they paint them black and red. It looks really good on the table, but on a stream cam, then it looks like a black and red blob. So
it depends on what size of blob we're looking at.
yes, but we can see here he is setting up real nice setup from the Scissor battle, keeping most of his army hidden except for Mog and Ra. Blah, blah, blah.
Morven Val.
Yeah, because he was playing that.
Morgan Ra.
Morgan Ra, that is the new name, Morgan Ra. A small unit ready to go up on the center objective, score some points.
Secondaries wise, I would say that Scissors got an edge.
Yeah, they got an edge. List-wise as well, it all depends on if he can handle the big knight in a not so painful manner. And we're sorry that we couldn't get the entire table in screen. We have a bit of a cropping, but it's not much, and we shouldn't be missing any of the action. I hope.
It depends, but hopefully no.
No. Okay, it's just scooting them behind the containers. We can talk a little bit about the terrain. Everything you see is obscuring, and the craters are difficult terrain. Magnus Ra moving up.
Yeah, they have plates.
The Paragon.
If you're at the tournament, some tournaments have ruins that does not have a base, but these ruins have. And if you are on the base, you're considered to be in it, and therefore you can see out of it.
Yes, but all of these ruins have covered up windows, so you can't see through them. I think that's why he placed the eliminators on the second floor rather than on the top floor, so then he can just move up and then start sniping. So he's just moving out from the ruin, making the first aggressive push. And he is doing his darnest to stay out of campsite. There we go. So not much happening at the moment. Just a little bit of moving, scooching, and it will be. I don't think anything will die this turn. Everything is so well hidden.
It might be some sisters, depending on what the knight can see.
Yeah. But I thought the Death Watch will not lose much, which I guess
not really.
Which I guess is good.
I mean, the only one that probably has some range to stuff, it's Morvenval's rocket.
Yeah, and he's not really moving up with his Paragon Warsuits. He's just doing a little bit of crab walking to the side, so he will not be in range with his multi-meltas.
Nope.
And that might actually be a problem if he can get line of sight if he walks to the left-hand side of the table with his knights. He will be able to see those warsuits and just blast them. Might even get a chance to shoot 2 units.
Might.
And that can be big trouble. But this is why I always want to go second in like tournament table setups. This is a bit open.
I mean, it depends. If you're playing a really heavy Alpha Strike army that's really crippling your opponent, you might want to go first. But generally, playing secondaries, it's advantageous to take second turn.
Yeah, and we can also see that it has a little bit of a sneaky unit of the initiates on the left-hand side, hiding in the ruins.
Yeah, he's probably gonna try to consecrate the top objective at some point with them.
Probably. I want to see him play passively with those. Because I think it's just a sniper unit standing in the ruin.
If you hear yelling, we have a very loud player. We're sorry.
No, he's a tradition. Fellman, the man, the myth, the legend. You will never see him on stream because he only plays Age of Sigmar. But you will hear him every single tournament.
And he said, fun fact, that he's probably not gonna have a game over an hour the whole weekend.
Okay. What is he playing, like
Ogres.
ogres? Okay.
in AOS.
No, well.
He plays a Stormhorn as well.
Oh, so he has like 2 models on the table.
Yeah, basically like 10 or 12 or something.
Okay, so so the I think that's the sister's turn. Nothing happened. He has moved up, scored a little bit. So we are on to the Deathwatch turn, and now I think is a little bit of an opportunity to punish him.
Yeah.
Well, in the downtime, I will just get some coffee.
Liquid Awakeness.
Yes, I will, and I need to lube the throat.
So, are you guys hobbying on anything fun? What are you up to besides watching the stream? Any fun hobby projects or stuff that you're working on?
It was really fun. I walked past the table. Yeah, exactly. Grimji 81. It's breakfast. The coffee breakfast. The breakfast of champions.
And an upset stomach.
Well, that's just the name of the game. What's really fun, I heard Magnus say when I passed the table, I don't really have a good hand on Deathwatch. I don't know what they can do. I think he will get quite surprised if he tries to shard them.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not what you want to hear. Or that is what you want to hear from your opponent.
I think that the problem for the Sisters player is that if he tries to charge the fragmentation guns, they're auto hits.
Ooh, yeah, they have the flame rule.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that could become an issue really, really quick. But that's the thing when you play. Can I say that Deathwatch is a weird army? Yeah, I can say it's a weird army.
It's not one of the largest for sure. It's not a very popular army. Space Marines is, but not generally Deathwatch.
Yeah, exactly. Not Deathwatch. Normal Space Marines, you see them a dime a dozen, but Deathwatch, really rare. I think we have 2 players that play Deathwatch at this tournament.
Yeah, and one of them is one of the best players here, so...
Yeah. Vanilla 1000, is Fanatic open for observers or only for participants? I don't know about that. I haven't asked the TO about it. Usually we allow the people to watch like during lunches, but not during playtime, because it just disturbs the players.
We can have a chat with the organizer and find out.
During lunch.
Yeah.
But generally, no, because we're playing in a school, so there's a lot of kids about, so we don't really want them go in and start asking questions while people play, because it's quite stressful playing a tournament if you're not like grizzled veteran.
It's for sure a marathon. You might think that it would be easy to play 3 games in a day.
It isn't.
Not mentally, no.
No, you get really
Physically, if you're physically weak, let's say, it might be physically hard as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the tables ain't super high, so...
No, it's not like they can adjust the height of them. You need to have a... If you want to become a tournament player, make sure to have a strong core. Like, do sit-ups and stuff like that, because you actually need it. Otherwise, your back will hurt. Oh, he's setting up for a charge, I think. I will double-check what he has behind that room.
We're looking at Magnus Forslund against Mattias Ström. So it's basically Death Watch against Adeptus Sororitas. But it's the Death Watch have a night as well.
Okay, he's moving up a kill team to engage the... It's Sacrosancts hiding in that ruin. Oh, which people do we have on the stream? I can actually show you. Let's see if everything... Oh, it works! Huh? It works for some reason. Mattias Ström playing the Death Watch and Magnus Forslund playing Sisters of a Battle. Yeah, good. Good that you mentioned it, Nyling. We will try going a bit back and forth with the cam so that people can see the entire table and see the names of the players. Yep. And hi, Nyling. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, he's checking exactly what I thought in the beginning. He will probably move it up to the left side there and go on the Paragon Warsuits. Playing a bit conservative with it, I think. Oh, okay, nah, he's moving it up.
What's the damage profile on the Harpoon?
Isn't it like 10? I know it's a big boom.
It can do some mortal wounds. That might be hard for the Paragon Warsuits, though.
Yeah, Nyling says, I sadly must hope that the sisters lose. Yeah, you sadly do. But I think it will be a close game. Really close game. Magnus told me when I walked out to get coffee that he's not quite sure how Death Watch works. And that might come back and bite him in the ass. I heard Beschenbauer is Dea playing, or the Dea is the team organizer for everyone. I heard yesterday that he's supposed to play today. I mean,
he made a pretty wonky big Nidzilla list. He plays like 2 Tyrannofexes, 1 Old One-Eye, a Screamer Killer, 2 × 5. Zoanthropes.
And here we have Närling dropping the bombs. Can he play? Has he ever played?
I mean, he does once in a blue moon. I've heard the mythical speaks of him playing at home.
I think I have seen him play at least once. He's played a tournament.
Yeah, he went to Poland, I think.
Yeah, that is... No, it wasn't... East Europe, at least.
Eastern Europe, at least.
But no, Dia is not the one you ask if you want to have pro tips. We can just summarize it as that. Beschemauer keep... Everybody's bashing Dia in the chat. Okay, he's moving up with Meltas up on the ruin. Don't really know what they will reach, to be honest. So we're going over to the shooting phase.
The harpoon is 18 inches, heavy 1, strength 16, AP main -6, 10 damage.
So I think we have some siege breakers going into the Paragon warsuits.
Those are 36 inches, heavy 2d3, strength 7, -1 AP, 2 damage, blast. And besides the damage 10, you get 3 mortal wounds and +1 to hit if you're shooting against vehicles and monsters with the harpoon.
Ooh.
So you actually get +1 to hit the Paragon warsuits. Because they're vehicles, I think.
But he will not be able to use the harpoon this round.
No. But like... And when he's within 18, he's gonna get charged.
Oh yeah. He is.
Sisters generally have a 24-inch threat range bubble, where they can pretty comfortably charge you.
Yeah.
Outside of that, 25 is pretty unusual.
Yeah, it is. It is. So a few wounds going down on the Paragon warsuits. We have a miracle dice to save.
The shenanigans of the sisters. Sisters are so intricate. It's not an easy army, but it's a beautiful army, and it's a very rewarding army when you can play it.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very fun to play. Okay, the first blood. A Paragon warsuit bites the dust.
Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, we don't have the rights to that, so we're stopping there.
We can do the a cappella version. Bum, bum, bum. The Paragon bites the dust. Bum, bum, bum. The Paragon bites the bust. Oh, the Paragon's gone. The Paragon's gone. The Paragon bites the dust. Who is playing? We can throw that up again now when it's not blocking the view. We have Mattias Ström playing the Death Watch on the top hand side, and Magnus Forslund with his Sisters of Battle playing from the bottom. We're still in turn 1. I should really change the pre-game because we're actually in turn 1. Come on, Mr. Computer. Yeah, there we go. We have turn 1. Beschenbauer, legend has it that he, Dea, still calls orcs the space orcs.
There's been a lot of myth and legends.
They will turn into a legendary figure during this stream. There was some more shooting going down. But Dia still hasn't provided us with a table mic or a table boss, so I'm just trying to hear what they're saying out there on the table. What's obscured by the banner at the moment is some eliminators in the top left-hand side, and I think that's the frag launchers on the top right-hand side. So it has quite a strong fire base, and most of the Meltas will have to go into the night this turn. That might buy him enough time to get stuff up on the table and start those charges.
I mean, I'm thinking a little bit about what Magnus gonna consecrate in what order, because he cannot consecrate his own in his own deployment zone, which is the bottom left-hand side. So he has to go into the middle, and then top left and bottom right would probably be the easiest, maybe.
Probably, but I only think he has one unit of Sacrosanct standing in the bottom right-hand side, and they will be busy trying to take care of those Marines on the right-hand side. Unless they get charged now, and then they really have a trouble getting that action done, because I don't think they will kill them in one swipe, especially with transhuman
And 4+ invo.
Darling is commentating on our draft. We had I noticed that Bebelicious is facing Valin in the first round.
You get points anyway. Be happy.
Yeah, I get some points, at least. What I hope is that they draw. Because then both of them will face quite a middle-ish opponent, and then they can crush that opponent and keep on going forward. Nerling, I'm not out of the game. I have this all planned out. All planned out.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not. So we have some more Daka coming in. I'm really surprised that they actually could draw line of sight with so much. But then again, with this top cam, the angles are a bit off, so... Bunch of 3+ saves. Oh, was that from the Marines shooting into the Sacrosancts? I think we have 3 dead. Ouch.
Yeah, they're not super durable. I mean, the Storm Shield nerf hit the Sacrosanct a little bit, since they...
Yeah, but... Oof, that's...
Generally, Scissor ain't that durable, though. They're toughness 3.
Yeah, toughness 3, but still they're in a ruin. That's 2+ save.
They have armor contempt. I mean, they're 1+ effectively.
Yeah.
But...
I think they're rounding up the round at the moment. Or the turn, I should say. They are going into turn 2. I will just switch that. There we go. I will grab their point sheet. So, after a bit of a confusion, I will just close the door so that they don't hear everything we're saying. Oh my god. So we have 7 victory points to the sisters. So we're going into a 7-1 after the first turn. And CP for Deathwatch is going into a round with 4, and the Sister of Battle has 5 command points. Nothing too surprising here, I would say. The sisters are taking an early lead. As we mentioned, the strong secondary play, very easy to score, especially early game and mid game. So, nothing too exciting.
Oh, probably by design, I guess.
Yeah, but the question is, what will happen now? The Sacrosancts will probably have to commit into the Marines on the right hand side if he's gonna kill the Knight, which I guess he wants to do. Otherwise, that will become a big problem. But, and I'm quite sure he has something in reserves ready to come in. But how is he gonna take the objectives? He hasn't really moved up.
I'm a bit curious as well.
Because he has his fortress, the fortress of the Imperium on his side of the table, but he ain't taking the table. The sisters are taking the table. The sisters will run away with the victory points. So I'm a bit concerned for the Deathwatch.
I mean, the Deathwatch still scores a lot on their keep their deployment zone free, so they get some points there. But it's about like how much of the sisters' victory points he can deny, basically, because he needs to table. He needs to kill a lot of sisters.
Yeah, he needs to kill a lot of sisters this turn. And I'm not sure why he's keeping... Because in the bottom left-hand side, we have the Sister Trepentia and some other things. And having them so far back, sure, he's probably waiting for him to take the center objective and then advance charge straight into them. Oh, aggressive play here. Is moving up with the initiates onto the objective. And maybe he will get enough minis on the objective. Not sure. I think he just wants to snipe that objective away from Mattias there. They're bumping the table, makes me nervous. Some more Paragons moving up to shoot at the Knight. Still don't think that 3 Paragon Warsuits will be enough to kill. Here we go, the Repentias. They're just moving out in a defensive formation to make sure that he doesn't deep strike anything. Yeah, making sure to block his back line. Smart move, very smart move, because he doesn't want anything to end up behind him in his little fortress. And now it seems like he has actually pushed any potential deep strikers onto the midfield or even back into the opponent's deployment zone. We have one squad of Repentia moving forward towards the central objective. I will just double check to make sure that it is Repentias. Okay, corrections. It's Death Cult Assassins that's moving up towards the center, 2 of them, with damaged sister squad. We have Initiates Initiates protecting the backline. He moved up towards the snipers on the top left-hand side.
Okay.
Probably to just deny the victory points. I must double check that again if it was something with obsec or without obsec. It's Repentias going for the snipers. That's some dead snipers.
If they connect.
If they connect. They are after all on the second floor. Well, then they will connect. So that's just dead snipers. He will probably snipe that objective from him this turn. That's
no good.
That's really bad.
It depends on... Does he have anything on the first floor?
No, nothing. It's just snipers in that corner.
Oh.
Well,
that's a pretty free...
Yeah, that's just for... He is giving up 4 victory points there. And... he has secured the objective on the lower right-hand side with some sisters as well. He can now commit those sacrosancts into the Marines with no problem. He has plenty of Meltas looking at that knight going, you are going bye-bye. And he just needs to get...
He's a bit far though. I mean, he doesn't give the effective range.
Nah, but it's a lot of Meltas and he doesn't need to kill it. He just needs to cripple it and force him to spend command points to put him back up on full profile.
True.
So killing it is not necessary. Crippling it is good enough. And in the chat, if you see any problem with the chat, like it's starting to lag or anything like that, just let us know. And we will try to fix that.
Does the Death Watch have anything in reserves?
Yes, I think he has something in reserves. I think it's the Terminator squad. It's gonna be interesting to see where it lands, because he has blocked like the important parts quite well. He could position them in the middle and try charging to steal the middle objective, but it's not a good move. It's gonna cost him, and he has a hard time connecting with the right-hand side, left-hand side Paragon war suits as well. He can't deep strike in the back line because Magnus double-checked to make sure that nothing could land behind him. So unless the Marines kill the Sacrosancts in melee, he really doesn't have any place to put them.
Not really.
Yeah. We have some bolters going in. But it all kind of depends on this shooting. How much damage can he do? Because the return fire will be quite punishing.
Yep.
His positioning is quite nice, but will it be enough?
I mean,
I think
what secondaries did the Deathwatch player? He took Behind Enemy Lines.
lost the long vigil, and we need to double check. Behind the lines, long vigil, and bring it down. So he's looking for those Paragon Warsuit points and the tank. No real damage done so far. He's removing some of the frag cannons. I guess it's kind of a good choice removing the frag cannons. The thermal lancy thingy can only kill one thing, and he has invul save, so it might actually just save it, or it might even save a miracle dice to auto save it. The battle cannons are so at killing Paragon Warsuits at least.
Yeah.
So
They have a ward save as well, so
yeah, the 5+, or is it 4+? 4+. Oh, yeah, then it's probably the best way to go to kill the frag cannons, just to make sure that he can't whittle down the infantry as much. Because the Paragon Warsuits seem to be quite fine where they are, and -1 damage, the bolters will do nothing. Yeah, the frag cannons are probably the best choice.
either you drown them in shots or you use some quality shots, but then it's rather swingy.
Yeah, it's really swingy. And if he has Miracle Dices, then nothing happens. It's
I mean, bring it down for this watch player would be like 11
yeah,
points.
yeah, you must have had a quite hard time picking those secondaries. Because and then he needs to kill everything. It's 9 Warsuits, 10 for Magen Ra. Morval. I will pronounce it however I like, and I don't really know her name. And then 1 point for the Immolator. No, it's not. Yeah, and it's an Immolator.
No, it's a Rhino.
Oh, it's a Rhino. Then it's just 1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have had a hard time picking those secondaries.
Within 6 of your deployments, at least one desert unit.
Lenart is reading up on the long vigil secondary for everybody wondering why he's murmuring in the background.
I'm trying to like calculate what's the possible score for Mattias. Like if he maxes out and like trying to project what kind of points we will see.
Okay.
So it's basically like 11-12 for
Bring it down.
bring it down, and then it's probably 15 for the long vigil, and then behind enemy lines.
You can score 15 on that, but then he needs to get in there, and he is
that's the
not,
issue.
and he's not even on the table going into turn 2. This early game is very, very passive, almost too passive, I would say.
Yeah, probably. I think he might, even if he tables the sisters, I don't think he will have the time to accrue, especially if he loses on primary.
Yeah, because now I think we will have a charge with the Repentias going into the snipers on top left hand side, and if he clean out those, he loses that objective.
Yeah, and if Mattias deep strikes the Terminator to deal with the Repentias that kills his snipers, they're really out of position because
you can't place them there. That would be a misplay, I would say, because then he's basically just lost one turn of shooting, and then he needs to start running, and he needs to kill those Paragon Warsuits if he wants to get them to the center objective.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see the score after this round. I think the sisters will really pull ahead now.
Most probably. Especially if he can use some miracle dices in Mattias' turn. Then so we get a lot of leap points.
Yeah. I think he's double checking now where he can deep strike his Terminators. Looks like the sister turn is actually over, and that surprises me. Because, right, the sisters need the Dominatrix to run in charge, right?
Yeah, for the Repentias, yeah.
Yeah, that's why he didn't charge the snipers. But he needs to deal with them, like, very now.
Yeah, he needs to find some shots.
Oh, is there a Canoness hidden behind the ruin there? In the left-hand side, underneath everything, so we can't see it. And she has the relic to remove invul saves. Yeah, as I said, he is having a hard time finding a good place to put down his Terminators. This is why deep striking is when you face MSU armies, like deep striking is not really an option,
or it becomes very
difficult.
Yeah,
you kind of need to have a plan that you can alpha strike even if he zones you out.
I mean, it's a trading game, I think. You need to leave enough models on the table to actually punch through the screens for you to, like in turn 1, if you can kill some screens so they can't screen out as much.
Yeah.
And then create pockets for your deep strikers.
Yeah, but on this table, you can hide your screeners so well behind those ruins.
Yeah, but like talking in general.
Yeah, in general, you should do that. Here they come. Okay, found a spot. Well, that's actually quite a nice spot. I will double check exactly what's in that huge blob of guys. Be right back, good people. Okay, this can be the counterplay he needs, because that is heavy intercessors and meltas and everything that he needs to turn this game around. If he can put in some really big damage onto the Paragon Warsuits, thank you, and then charge onto the center objective, that could be big, because the sisters really don't have the firepower to take care of both the heavy intercessors and the knight at the same time. And I think the knight is unharmed, more or less. So, yeah.
I think it would probably be like out of most of the range of the multimeltas
As well.
So
And they need to take care of those eradicators.
yep.
It's such a big blob. Look at that unit. It's huge. It's so many wounds.
Yep.
Yep. Lenart is just nodding with a smile on his lips, saying yep. And here comes the Terminator squad as well. He is... Okay. Setting up to charge or shoot the sacrosanct.
I'm assuming that the sister player plays Passion.
What?
For her Sacred Right. It's exploding sixes in combat. I'm hoping.
Yeah, we
We haven't talked to the players because we don't want to disturb them.
no. No, we don't want to disturb them even more.
Nope.
We try to minimize our interaction with them just so that they can play the game they want to play. Because we want people to want to come back to the streaming table. And of course, as usual, if we will have a lunch after this game, and if they want to, we will have a short interview and talk about the game. Oh, I think he's actually towing the objective.
Yep.
So he has it at the moment. This can be the turnaround he needs. Especially he can remove those pesky Repentias in the top left-hand side corner, then he has stabilized.
Yeah. The only issue is, what's he gonna do? Is he marching the knight around?
No.
That would be,
Overcommitting.
yeah.
But he's sort...
I mean,
Yeah, he sort of kind of needs to, unless he can snipe them somehow. If he used the snipers to kill all of them.
yeah, but then
But he can't, because they have explosive shells, right? The D3 blast. Then he can shoot them off the objective.
they have 5+ Pheno Pain.
I said he can, not that he will.
Fair enough.
But he has nothing else. Is he just gonna give up on that objective? Try to take...
I mean, he only needs
Nah, he's
3.
He's moving the knight so that he can probably shoot with the heavy stubbers. Yeah, he's moving up the knight to shoot with probably heavy stubbers and meltas into them, and still have some siege cannons and stuff to shoot at the guys in the center. It was lucky that he could get line of sight just for backing up, so he doesn't need to move behind the ruin and lose even more movement. Because next turn he just can keep on pushing forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting those guys on the table really got the momentum back for the Deathwatch player. I have a few things I really want when we stream, apart from miking the players so that I know what they're talking about. I really want like a mind reading device and a stress meter on these players so that I can read their thoughts and see how stressed they are. It would be so much fun.
Do you really want that?
Oh no. Okay, game related thoughts.
Fair enough. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. Otherwise, it could be cool. PG-18, everybody.
Well, this is Warhammer After Dark.
Welcome to Warhammer After Dark. We will play some Barry White and listen to the dirty thoughts of nerds.
Fair enough.
So we're into the Daka phase. As I said, sadly we don't have a table mic, so we don't know what is shooting on what. Yes, Bench and Bauer, all the Daka, and the Sapa. Armor saves. Eyes on the Sacrosanct. Only killed one. Okay. I think that was just bolt shots.
If you have a match that you want to have a look into, like if you can go and have a look to see the score or something, you can tell us and we can see if we can...
Yeah, absolutely. If you're in the BCP app and you have some teammate or something, just tell us in the chat. We can run and take a look. It's usually some downtime during the movement phase, so and preferably do it like now, because after turn 3 things usually heat up and get quite messy. Okay, so a little bit of wounds on the Paragons. Beckenbauer. So, Beckenbyggare. We have even more Daka coming in. I am actually surprised that he didn't start with the knight trying to kill the Repentias. Because I have my mental mindset when I play is that I always start with the most important shooting first. Just to see if I need to commit even more. Even if it doesn't make any sense. Like now the Repentias, he has only 2 units to shoot them, but it would go. I would feel good knowing that they're dead.
I mean, if you're playing it close on averages, you might slip on the wrong side of the averages, and you're...
Yeah, that's why I would start with the snipers, shoot with the snipers, and then see how much of the big guy would need to commit. Yeah, so... Ooh, 2 Paragon war suits go down. Not so surprising, to be honest. Beckenbauer is fanatic for the super competitive, or would a new be okay to join and still have some fun? The fun thing about Fnatic is that's for everyone. We have super competitive players, but after game 2 you will never see them if you're a new player, and we have a lot of just I play this for fun people that come every single year, like what is his name, Björn, the Tyrannid player, the man, the myth, the legend, who only plays
Björn something.
Yeah, Björn something, I forgot his last name. We have a lot of casual players. I would like to say like it's 1/3 competitive, 1/3 like sorta kinda competitive, and 1/3 just rufflecopter it all the way. Like one guy only brought standard issue dreadnoughts for a game. Some people just play classical marines and stuff like that. So
I mean, I think it's a misconception that tournament players or like competitive players are mean or
No,
bad-mannered or something. Most of the players I've ever met at a tournament have been super nice and super helpful. I would say that coming to tournaments is a great thing. You meet lots of new people and play, and you learn a lot.
You learn a lot, and if you've done something special with your army, you've done some conversions, you'll get an ego boost, because everybody loves looking at something that's just a little bit strange. Like, if you made nice bases or anything, people will say, oh, nice bases and stuff like that. It's a huge ego boost, and it keeps you, like, hobbying even harder. So yes, if you can go to Fnatic, then go next spring. It's a good beginners tournament, I would say, like a big beginners tournament. And you can have some drinks with like the Finnish ITC team when they return, and the Swedish parts of the Swedish ITC team.
If you're of age and
if you have the age and stuff like that.
Legal asides.
Yeah, apart from the legality. Orc player, then come. We always like to see the orcs.
Then you can talk to Björn.
Yeah, and talk to Björn.
He's probably been here most of the time I've been here. Most times.
Yeah, I think so. He always plays orcs. Sometimes super beamy lists, sometimes competitive lists. Okay, so he's kinda cleaned up the middle of the board, ish. Magnus is saying, oh, that was a lot of hits. He's shooting with the knight. He's splitting that fire. But Bechenbauer, yeah, come join us next time. Oh, you're an old fantasy player. I would suggest before you go to a tournament to play the same list like 6 or 7 times, so that you know your list quite well, and that's just for your own like state of mind, because you will get really tired. So you don't want to check up that many rules. Just make sure that you know your army, and then go. There's a lot of good guides as well on what to think about when you go to a tournament. Like, bring your dices, bring a carrying case, like, so you can carry your army from table to table.
Cheat sheets,
a lot of cheat sheets. So I usually like write down what I will do in every single phase, even though I played the army 1,000 times.
It can even be worth to get like the stratagem cards or like a printout of the most useful stratagems.
Yeah.
So you have them at hand.
Yeah. And
everything that makes the load of your decisions easier,
yeah,
is a good idea.
You can even go in and say, I will only play these stratagems for your first tournament, so you don't need to think that much. I will live in Malmö, yeah. That's not far from where I live. Okay, it's quite far, but it's not that far compared to Umeå.
Fair enough. But we have an AOS tournament as well. I don't know if you play AOS, but...
Yeah, we have also Age of Sigmar, but we only streamed 40k because I don't know Age of Sigmar. So a few wounds from the knight onto the Paragon Warsuits. That's our boy. Only play 40k, the best game. So we had a bit of a cleanup. Interesting. I will go and close the door even more. Yes, yes, yes. I think this is the last of the shooting. Magnus sounded a bit like desperate. This is the last thing, right?
Well, here's Death Watch for you.
Yes, Death Watch.
That's one of the most shooty armies. I think Ultramarines could be shootier or shoot as shooty.
Yeah, but then you don't have the melee.
No.
And you don't have the 5+ Invulauras.
No.
Yeah, Death Watch is good, like really good.
I mean, I wouldn't put them the same as Blood Angels.
Nah, but they're still solid. Like,
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
and they're more
very
versatile than Blood Angels, I think. Like,
yeah, on average. Sure.
yeah, Blood Angels don't have the Daka-Dakas. They only have the Punchy-Punchas.
True, but they have much more speed.
Yeah, they do.
And 2+ save.
Yeah, and they have the coolest unit in the game.
Yeah.
Black Rage! So the turn 2 is done. They are calculating the points, I think. I will head out and see what they're doing. And see if I can get an update on points and so on.
So, what army did you play in Warhammer Fantasy? Beckenbauer? So what's the update?
The update is as follows. The theme continues. The Sisters of Battle, they have scored 30 victory points. Let's see here. Wrong tab. Pardon my professionalism. Command points for the Sisters going into turn 3 is 3. And he has... Have I messed this up? Yeah, I'm not changing for the Sisters. We have 4 command points for Death Watch and a total of 14 victory points. And the Sisters, there we go, have a total of 3 CP and a whopping 30 victory points. So he's keeping the lead.
He's losing models fast though.
Yeah, that is quite concerning. And I feel he's not really in a position to change it. He will charge in, take some Overwatch, but he will not... I can't see him really killing all of those heavy intercessors.
You can make the Paragon Warsus pretty killy. You can have exploding force and +1 to hit, so the hit on 2+, and wound on 3+, 2+. and
Yeah,
a
2
bunch
plus
of attacks.
Yeah, but
So I mean, they can punchy pretty aggressively, and they can have +1 to wound.
+1 to... Ooh, okay. Then maybe. We have a maybe, baby.
You can tear them
But if he
down.
doesn't remove all of the heavy intercessors and all of the heavy intercessors, then he's gonna have a bad time, I think. Because if he gets 2 turns, then he has time to like recommit his Terminators back into the center. I think we have... I must double check with the squinty vision what we exactly have that in the upcoming melee brawl. It's Seraphims. Seraphims, two Paragon War suits. Maugan, but she's a bit too far away. So yeah, maybe he can shift him from that objective. And if he does, then it's game. Because then he will have a really hard time scoring more. That watch must keep the center now. Because we're going into... Oh, I see here. It's actually turn 3, good people. Not turn 2. Took. There we go. But I think the sisters are doing the right thing here. Just committing everything into the center. His objectives are completely safe. He has dumped all of his deep strike units. He just needs to hold the center and he wins this game.
Yeah, I can see that. The only thing that... I mean, Sister plays a bit like Necrons, but Necrons are better at it. Playing a really strong secondary game that you can't really catch them because it's not really interactable.
Nope.
With the only difference is that Necrons can shoot a lot better, I think, than Sisters can.
Yeah.
Sisters are more melee focused,
Yeah.
which brings some issues.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so we have another Seraphim squad going down on the right-hand side there. Okay. Why that placement? Can you tell me? Why didn't they put them further up? Does he have something else in the ruin, like blocking him from putting them close to the head, to the frag launchers, or?
They can be... I don't know, actually. Okay, cool. So you're pretty familiar with the animosity rules then?
Oh no! Did someone play Orc and Goblins? Oh no! The animosity rules were terrible.
That was interesting.
Yeah, it was. Sometimes the army just didn't play. Well, I double checked the table. Magnus still have a Canoness in the top left-hand side.
Yep.
So that needs to die, and there isn't anything stopping him from put down the Seraphims like behind his lines and making it possible for a charge on the frag cannons. So
Did he bring down both units? Because he needs to bring them up.
yeah, he has both units. The reddish blob south of the crater on the
Yep.
right-hand side, that's Seraphims, and then Seraphims in the far right side. I think he should have placed those more aggressively, going for a then again, auto-hitting.
I don't think I would chance it, because
Nah.
even though...
Maybe that is the correct play.
I'm thinking that he maybe coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It is easy sitting here with a bird's eye view, commenting what we think.
And we're not playing, so we can.
Yeah, exactly. We're not playing. We don't feel the stress. We're not on the clock. I think Ospec scanned and killed one of the Seraphims that came down.
Yep. That's not amazing. I mean, that's one issue if he placed them within game range.
That's true. That's probably what they was thinking about, putting it further away so that he can't frag cannon them to death.
I mean, what I was thinking was the top right-hand side for us looking. If he could like deep strike them behind there and like charge and take that objective away, because then he has to split the middle.
Yeah.
To either go back.
Oh, that's just awful. But I think he's doing a good play here. He's playing it safe. He knows he's ahead. Only with 16 points. But he knows if he just kills the center, then he will run away with the points. The big baddie, the knight, is really out of position to really do anything.
He's basically killing a cannoness for his next turn.
Yeah. Because he kind of needs to.
Yep.
Because if the cannoness charges the snipers, maybe she won't kill all of them, but they're dead turn 4.
Yep. But she can't claim the objective unless they're dead.
Yeah, but she will. If she kills 2 of them, then she's the word. She's at least denying the objective. Yeah.
I mean, aren't they obsec eliminators?
Oh, they are. All, like the entire list is obsec. That's true. He needs to kill all of them. But maybe he can. Like Blessed Blade could.
I mean, it's not impossible, but unlikely.
Yeah, not impossible, but not probable.
I mean, it weren't the combo, the smash cannons. The smash cannons would annihilate them.
Yeah. But I don't...
It wouldn't even be funny.
No. It would just mess them up badly. But we will see what it is. It doesn't look really good for Mattias at the moment. Depending, if the center stands, then it looks okay-ish, but he doesn't have table presence. You win this game in the movement phase, and I'm not seeing a lot of movement. And right now, the small squad that started behind the creators in the first turn, they're now controlling the objective.
Yeah.
Of course you need to come, Bechenbauer. You can ride the train with me the next time.
It's fun. It's fun.
No, it's not fun. But it's better than Ryanair.
I cannot comment on that.
You're packed like a sardine can.
But it is cheap.
Yeah, it is cheap, sure, but...
We're not sponsored.
Right with our sponsor, Ryanair. It's shit.
Oh, really? But we do have one.
So we're straight into the charge phase. So he's taking the Seraphims into the Terminators. Could smash some of them up.
You mean Sephiroms?
Sephiroms, what did I say?
Seraphims.
Okay, Sephiroms.
Those the flamer broads.
Okay, the melee flying.
The mini flying with the power swords.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Interesting choice. Ooh, 2 hours of train every day. That's rough. Really rough. Well, it's for you, I guess it's like how many hours is it to Stockholm? 5? 4?
6-ish.
6-ish? Then an 8-hour ride to Umeå. But it's still better. Then you can at least drink beer on the train. Yes, it's very beer centric, my travel plans.
You can say that.
I am not an alcoholic. I can quit whenever I want. I just don't want to. Okay, so the Paragon War Suits are now diving into the heavy intercessor squad. What more will dive in? Ra, measuring the charge distance.
Having a small aneurysm.
Oh, he got it. She got in.
Oh.
That's really bad. That's a lot of dead heavy intercessors. The Rhino, choo choo, going in.
I mean, it would have been a good luck if he. Why didn't he charge the Rhino in first though? Just to absorb any Overwatch.
And I think it would have made it hard to get one of the Paragon War Suits in. It would probably have body blocked.
Probably. But I mean, like, if you're charging the frag cannons.
Maybe he doesn't have command points. Because why didn't he Overwatch? I think
Maybe didn't think of it.
Yeah, but
I mean, one of the main points of playing the frag cannons is that you annihilate stuff on Overwatch. That's likely armor.
That's not the frag cannons. He's charging the Melta heavy intercessors. The frag cannons in the top right corner.
Yeah, okay. Then you wouldn't probably want to charge.
Nah. Sure, he has an invul save. He will probably get like one hit. He has miracle dices, so he could just auto save it. So it's still quite a safe charge.
Yeah, sure.
But I didn't see if he sharded with the Canoness in the... Ah, he did. I can see the Canoness standing underneath the snipers from my chair here.
So she's waving the sword up through their foot.
Yeah, she's stabbing through the floor, trying to get their feet. And I think she has a rod of command, so she's like just crushing the floor. But the problem is, Mattias, he picked behind the enemy lines.
Yes.
I do not see him scoring anything on behind the enemy lines. But they could have one more squad in reserve, like one Terminator squad. No, you only have one Terminator squad. The other one was the big heavy intercessor squad. So, that's not good for your secondary play.
Not really.
Not really, no.
Did they rename behind enemy lines? I can't find it.
3 guys dies from the Terminator squad. That's really too many. That's way too many. I think he burned CP to get the +2 wound on the Seraphims.
Or it might be... I'm gonna check.
Because they
changed some of the from 8th to 9th.
Okay,
I have 2 books in my head.
Oh, okay. I only played them in 8th, so I'm not up to date on the sisters. That's maybe why I lost to them in Västerås, and that was the only army I lost to. Mattias interrupts to strike back, I think. Would be a good play here, just to try to remove one of the Paragon War Suits. Nah, he's striking with the Terminators. So an interruption, hitting with the Terminators.
killing models. Piling in with the war suits. Getting an extra hit from the hit roll from the exploding sixes. And now we're killing stuff. So he hit some force. That's a lot of wounds. Oh yeah. They were more output than I thought it would be, but they're pretty nasty. Let's just say that the Paragon Warsuits did a thing.
They did a thing?
They cleaned.
Oh, they did a big thing. And I missed it. This is... Death Watch is gonna have a bad time.
Now it's pretty hard to catch up.
Yeah, the game is over. He has
more or less.
He has none of the Terminators left. He has nothing to take the board. He can hide behind those crates from the frag cannons, but not the knight.
Magnus can deny him his the long vigil to be within his deployment zone or within 6 of it.
Yeah, he can just send in a unit to deny it, sacrifice it. Shoot, if he just shoot out the frag cannons, then he can even hide behind his own ruin.
Yep.
Yeah, this is...
But that's also what happens when Morvenval goes to town.
Yeah. She's a powerhouse. Shoots good, fights well, nice auras.
Can hit twice.
Can hit twice as well. Yeah. This is over, good folk. But remember, we do not play a win-loss system. Otherwise, they could actually shake hands right now. But we play 20-0. So just killing your opponent with like 15 or 20 is not enough. You want to aim for those 51 victory points extra. So now the sisters are just playing for position.
Yeah,
basically.
tiebreakers is based on your battle points.
Yeah, that as well. But right now, if the game would end right now, there's only a 12-8 or a 13-7 to the Sisters of Battle. He wants a 20-0. This is the game to get a 20-0 in the early game. Now we're going into Death Watch turn 3. Mattias looks very concentrated. I'm peeking through the crack in the door. Yeah, he's thinking, what can I do? What can I do to score some points in this game? And the snipers are dead as well. Vad hände med Ridda? Av? Jaha, det är mest i va?
Ja, men de gjorde 10 år.
Oh.
Okej. Han hade ju bara 10 kvar.
Ja,
stackare. Jag hade ju upp på när han välte innan.
Stackare.
Så kan vi säga att en paragon då, med sina 6 attacker, för jag hade lilla korg på honom, gjorde ju 13 träffar och slog ihjäl de 9 kvar. 9, vad heter de?
Heavy Intercessor.
Ja, Heavy Intercessor.
Åh, fy!
En paragon.
En paragon, okej. Okay, we got some updates. The knight was killed by the paragons on the left-hand side, and one paragon warsuit with 6 attacks got 11 hits with exploding 6s and killed all of them. All of the heavy
Exploding force, probably.
Okay, exploding force. Wow! He didn't even need Morgan Raw. The normal paragon just killed them all.
Yep. Pretty superfluous.
Yes, pretty superfluous.
Hey, yo, Morven. Go stand over the corner. I got this.
You do administration, we do the work. Get back into your office. Okay, yeah. That's just a feel bad. Sure, the outcome would have been the same, but it doesn't feel good when you get something like that thrown in your face. Well, we can. I will go and check up on some of the other games we have. We can sadly not show them to you, but I will check how it goes from our top ranked or our picks for the win. So I will be right back.
So it's Mattias' turn now?
Yeah, it's Mattias. It's still turn 3.
It seems like a pretty... You almost have to when you work in Denmark? What? Do you mean that Danish people drink beer? What is this blasphemy? So we're basically in turn 4. It seems. I'm gonna go and check to see what the score is.
Okay, so Lenart has abandoned us, apparently. I was running off checking some of the other games. Hesselberg started out with a 20-0, so Hesselberg will go up in the top. Ludwig Alvins, that we've seen on stream a few times, also did a 20-0. Not that he's top ranked or anything, but I found him, so I asked him. And then we have Benjamin Hyvönen. He also seems to get the 20-0 in his game, so we have 2 20-0 knight players. And there's so many players that I couldn't find anyone else. But yeah. So now we have my colleague coming in with the scores. So we will update that. There we go.
Speaking Swedish hard.
Speaking English, as you can hear, English is my native language. Let's have a check here. Deathwatch going up from 14 to a massive 17 victory points. And the Sisters of Battle are extending the lead with a big 41. And the Sisters has 1 CP, if I read this correctly. And
I'm not sure that the Deathwatch is correct, but
it
it said 4.
Oh well, then it's probably correct. I don't really know how.
I mean, I thought he interrupted.
Me too. But then again, that's 2 command points. He has gotten 2 command points. But then he didn't transhuman. He could have transhuman the big guys. Well, anyway. The players are probably correct.
More than likely.
Yeah, more than likely. So, who are the top? So, Kirke. Who are the top tip players and what factions do they play?
Knights.
Knights, basically. We have the former VTC captain that retired just a few months ago, playing Knights. He is top ranked and he's playing a Halloween spam list. We have Benjamin Hyvönen, a good local player, really good local player. He is also playing pretty much the same list-ish. Then we have Sami, that also play Knights. All of them are top. It will be in the top 5 or at least top 8, I think. Then we have
Christer
Franzén playing Deathwatch.
No.
Oh right,
Tyranids. He plays Kronos Tyranids.
Right, he played the Chrono Tyrannid list. Yeah, that's a
Klangeby däremot.
Yeah, Klangeby, he plays Deathwatch. Then we have Linus Wallin is also one of those who will be in the top 10, we think, with his
Genstilicult?
Yeah, with Genstilicult. It's Genstilicult. It's always a bit tricky with them, but I think he will be in top 10.
He's not a bad player.
No, he's really good. But he's losing to Benjamin right now. Well, it's knights. Knights a bit difficult, especially when you do a Helverine spam. What else do we have in the top-rated? I think that's some of them at least, but there's a lot of knights. Some other stranger picks like Deathwatch.
There's some Eldar lists that probably good. Ludde's not.
Yeah,
I don't know if he plays the absolute sharpest list, but he can play, and he's playing a strong list.
Yeah, then we have some of the Finns. What was his first name is Pekka at least. He's playing Slaanesh Chaos Space Marine list with a lot of
Emperor's Children with Noise Marines, right?
Noise Marines and what are they called? Possessed Marines.
Yeah.
Small units of possessed.
Possessed are pretty nasty now.
Yeah, it's many small possessed. I think he can go quite good. But we haven't seen him that much, never on stream at least. So he's a bit of a wild card. He can go far. There we have the handshake. This will be a sisters victory. We will go and see if they want to come in for a quick interview. Yeah, so they want to go and have lunch, so there will be no interview. It will be a 20-0 victory for Sisters due to walkover, or he surrendered. That would probably be the result in the end anyway. There is still
most probably
2 turns just to pick max primary. We'll probably max everything apart from one of his secondaries. I forgot which one.
Leap of Fate,
yeah, Leap of Fate, exactly. And yeah, that would have been it. So strong showing from Magnus Forslund with his sisters against rookie Mattias Ström.
We just heard that this is his first 40k tournament game.
Yeah, it's the first tournament game ever. And I would say if it was his first, then he did a great job. Facing sisters is always dangerous. Yeah, it's just always dangerous. It's so much punch. Yeah, not much more to say there, really.
I mean, they're so good at trading, and that's one of the things that makes them. I mean, their units are cheap and packing
a lot of punch
way over what they cost.
Yeah, they do. They're not that durable, but still the 3+ save kinda saves them in some occasions, but in other occasions they just die.
They're effectively a 2+ ish.
Yeah, 2+ ish when in cover, but they will always run from cover to cover. So yeah, that was game 1. We will be back. We will be back in about 2 hours with game 2. We will start trying to get the the cam working so that you can see the event floor, and see you then. If you have any questions, then write it in the chat. We will probably not see it all the time, but we will come a few times and see if somebody's written anything. And what else should we say? That's pretty much it, I guess. So,
Have a nice lunch.
yeah, have a nice lunch, everybody. This was game 1 at Fantasia Fanatic, so see you in a moment. Bye bye.